Indiana Fever preseason has officially come, and it has officially gone.
The Indiana Fever did finish the WNBA preseason undefeated.
Caitlin Clark is sinking shots from well beyond the arc, turning impossible distances into routine highlights. Meanwhile, Lexie Hull has quietly become the Indiana Fever's go-to player in crunch time. As one insider noted, it looks like Caitlin Clark has pushed her shooting range even farther. She's making long shots look effortless.
The Indiana Fever close out the preseason 3-0, victory against the Mystics, victory against the Brazilian national team, and another victory this afternoon against the Atlanta Dream.
In their final preseason matchup, the Indiana Fever wrapped up a flawless 3-0 run. But the victory didn't come without its share of drama. A concerning injury to a key player and unexpected remarks from the Atlanta Dream added tension to an otherwise impressive night. From standout performances to surprising twists, here's the full story behind Indiana's perfect preseason finale. In Atlanta, if you're ready for the season to tip off, drop a comment below saying, "I've got the fever." Let's go.
When I watch the Fever, even when they're not at their best, one thing I can't help but think is that they're just going to run teams off the floor and destroy them with their firepower. They just have so many players that can beat you and can score. And, Duana Bonner didn't even start this game. Sophie Cunningham started in her place.
Did you know Caitlin Clark was nearly sidelined for the Fever's final preseason game? Less than 24 hours before tip-off against the Atlanta Dream, fans were anxiously refreshing their social media feeds for any updates. The shocking news broke. Clark had collided with a practice player during the team's final workout, re-injuring the same leg that had been previously strained.
They're just doing a drill, and if you're looking what happens here. Caitlin Clark pulls up. Caitlin Clark pulls up immediately. And a lot of people are saying that it's not the end of it.
Picture the scene. The Fever's medical staff rushing to assess their star rookie as tension filled the air. With a perfect 2-0 preseason record on the line, Caitlin Clark sat on the sideline, an ice pack on her leg, and uncertainty in the air. Fans held their breath, questioning whether this was a glimpse of challenges ahead. Was the pressure of the pro game already starting to show? As the medical team conducted their evaluations, social media lit up with speculation. Would Clark miss her final preseason game? Could this affect her availability for the regular season opener? With every passing minute, the questions only grew louder.
Coach just mentioned you've been limited in practice this week. Just how are you kind of working back from that leg injury?
Yeah, I think taking my time. I feel really good, honestly, and excited to get out there and play again tomorrow. Work on things that we need to work on, and yeah, Maria's been great. Our medical staff's been really helpful, but I feel really good.
Then came the announcement that brought a wave of relief across the Fever fan base. Caitlin Clark had been cleared to play. Not only would she suit up, she'd be in the starting lineup. What had felt like a looming crisis quickly faded, turning the injury scare into a mere footnote rather than the headline of the night.
There's no reason to overdo anything right now. It's been the beginning of the season. Still don't play here for another week, but the last 2 days have been really, really good for myself.
You weren't started? What caused it to?
I don't. Probably just a little too much basketball. I think, I love being in the gym, but I think understanding when to be in the gym and, when to recover and things like that. So I think just finding a balance and obviously just getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, it was nothing major or anything.
From the very first minutes, it was clear that Caitlin Clark wasn't holding back. She fired off deep, shots with confidence, leaving defenders scrambling and the crowd in awe. Her range looked even more dangerous than before. Sports Illustrated WNBA analyst Robin Lundberg echoed the sentiment on X, writing, "I think Caitlin Clark may have even increased her range. She's shooting the deep ones like they're nothing."
Darren's it.
So second attempt, same spot, same result for Maya Caldwell. That's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her first triple of
Even one particular three-pointer, launched from near the logo, instantly brought back memories of Clark's iconic shot just a week earlier at Iowa. The Atlanta defenders could only watch as the ball arced high and splashed cleanly through the net. This wasn't a rookie feeling out the pace of the pros. This was Caitlin Clark making a statement. By the final buzzer, she had silenced any doubts about her injury, finishing with a strong stat line: 13 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds in just 23 minutes of action.
of Natasha Howard gets the bucket. Step back triple. Kelsey Mitchell to the rim. There we go. Well, that's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her triple.
As the final buzzer echoed through the arena, sealing an 81-76 victory over Atlanta, the Indiana Fever completed something rare: a perfect 3-0 preseason sweep. What began with uncertainty ended with rising optimism about what this team could accomplish when the regular season tips off. With the game hanging in the balance late in the fourth quarter, the spotlight unexpectedly shifted. And it wasn't Caitlin Clark who stole the moment. It was Lexie Hull. Quietly refining her game throughout the preseason and adjusting to a bench role, Hull stepped up when it mattered most. It's worth remembering that she closed last season as a starter, emerging as a key two-way contributor and one of the league's most accurate three-point shooters during that stretch.
And now BG says she's rediscovered her love for the game, saying Atlanta reminds me of home. I'm back in the South and this was the best decision of my life.
She is completely fine, just needing rest, so we will not see her for the rest of this ball game.
Yeah, we can't give out all our weapons.
Turnover as Matt Caldwell got a little too deep.
However, with the addition of new all-star caliber free agents, Hull has embraced a bench role this season, and she's done so with remarkable poise. But in this game, something about her stood out. There was a new energy in her stride, a quiet confidence in every move she made. This wasn't the same player from last season. This was someone clearly ready to take control and make her presence
I think more than anything, just being able to practice with our team. We're getting a lot of good reps in practice, and I think, confidence comes from that. Confidence comes from getting the reps, the game-like reps, over and over again in practice. And our team's super competitive, so every single day that we've had training camp so far has felt pretty much game-like. Like we're all taking it very serious, and it starts in practice.